right, it's Friday, April 1st, 2022, and you're listening to Jared and Mike Tell It Right podcast. How's it going, Jared?
TGIF, my friend.
Fuck yeah.
TGIF, man. Like who? Like somebody got so lazy that they just had to say these four or however many letters are going to stand for what I'm trying to say without having to say a full sentence. Like that man was a genius.
It was John from Delocated. You ever see that show?
No.
Oh, man. Never. We're not going to get into that. Yeah, dude. TGIF. I don't know who coined the phrase. Probably Disney, ABC.
Something.
But I'll tell you what, those were the fucking days.
The days.
Yeah, man.
What days of Disney?
No, I'm just saying TGIF.
Yeah.
It's like what you look forward to. Fucking get out of school. Fucking, I don't know, like 6 or 7 o'clock rolls around and TGIF.
Like, I feel like you've been groomed since always going to school to just deal with the weekdays and the weekends being your time off. Like, they're just getting you ready for the rest of your life by, as a kid, making you go 9 to 5 or, school and then weekends.
It's tailored around the business world, which is weird. Yeah.
Well, look at daylight savings. We might not have that shit anymore.
Oh, man. And I heard that's healthier for a person. Not having to change the clocks and it throws off your rhythm and all that shit.
So what I would say to that is this.
Yeah.
Which one are they choosing? The hour ahead or the hour back?
I think they would keep it as it is now and right now. So we would get more sunlight, I believe, in the wintertime when it would normally change. So like towards the end of the day, instead of, the sun going down so early, it would really, yeah. I don't know when what the earliest the sun will ever, how it is now. I don't know if it's like 4 o'clock or if it's like 3:30. I know we'll get an hour more than that. So, and that's because it's because they changed the time. So I don't know. It's stupid. Yeah, dude, it could be confusing.
Yeah, with daylight savings, I just didn't know, what are they choosing? What are we losing from it? The more daylight at the end of the day. Is that what it is? Now it's going to get dark.
We're going to gain that daylight. Yeah, we're going to gain that daylight at the end of the day now because they're not going to change the clocks. Because I think originally they were trying to give it to you in the morning.
Yeah, I don't like getting it in the morning.
Yeah.
Don't give it to me in the morning.
I got to take another sip here.
That's some good OJ.
Best damn water I've drinking all day today.
Yeah, so daylight savings. That'll be interesting. Maybe it's just because everybody has mental health issues now. They figure, hey, let's try to maybe not do daylight savings and see if people won't kill themselves.
Let's be easy on them. Yeah. Let's take away daylight savings.
Right. Government stole my hour.
But I think that's what they argued, though. It's better mentally, so.
Oh, I definitely get seasonal depression in wintertime. I hate life in winter. It's terrible. You're stuck inside. It's dark.
That's why you gotta sun your beehole.
Yeah, a good old or blew it.
Blew it, yeah. In the wintertime you blew it because of the sun issue. Yeah. Because of daylight savings, fuckers.
You gotta save the sun with your beehole.
Yeah, make you do that shit in the morning. I want to do it in the evening.
Doesn't that mean that though you're getting your vitamin D through your beehole?
Yeah,
you're getting the D in your beehole.
Yeah. Now that sounds a little weird when you put it that way.
But no, it's Friday, man. That's always good.
Dude, what about last week? Fucking Will Smith. Fucking going off the deep end there, man.
Yeah,
Dropping out of the academy today.
Yeah.
He's fucked.
You gotta keep his wife's name out your mouth.
Well, she sleeps with everybody.
But you can't talk about her alopecia.
Yeah, dude. There's some, there's
underlying messed up shit.
Yeah, being a professional like that, an actor, like just losing your shit like that. Like, who else in the world would have done something like that? Matt Damon. Matt Damon's like the only other person I could see like doing that.
Matt Damon.
Because that dude has an anger problem and a half. Or
Oh,
what was that meme? I'd hate to see what would happen if somebody was talking about Alec Baldwin's wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
man.
that would be scary.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude, he is getting fucked over. Well, I don't know what the deal is. So I know he was producing that movie, Rust.
Yeah.
A cowboy movie I would have watched, but
yeah,
shit happened. Well, yeah. But
yeah. He shot somebody.
Right. He shot somebody.
He's trying to get away with it.
But like, yeah, I guess that is the debate, man. I mean, there's supposed to be protocols in place, but there were cuts to that movie and there was a lot of bad working conditions. And when you have stuff like that, there's probably people jumping loops and stuff. So could he have been one of those fucking workhorse people that was like, no, just get the gun. Who cares? Or was he seriously, expecting people to do their jobs?
At the end of the day, though, when you put a weapon in your hand, that is your responsibility at that point.
True.
No matter who you are, somebody could have, like,
yeah.
So in the service, the first thing you do when somebody hands you a weapon is check that it's not loaded.
Right.
Or you check that it's not. It's you inspect it essentially.
Is it loaded?
Yeah.
What is let me put my mouth over it.
Yeah.
No, it's not loaded.
No, it's all good. The one that always bothers me, and this is the end with Jonah Hill and James Franco.
Yeah.
And all them. And Jonah Hill's like, with the gun. He's like, oh. And they're like, put it down. Put it down. He's like, oh, I'm going to shoot myself. That's a mess.
Well, if it's a Ruger and it doesn't have a clip,
yeah,
it won't fire.
Mm-hmm.
Change my mind.
I changed my mind.
That was the best meme ever. We got to bring that back for this episode here. Show everybody.
The problem with it is that the Tiger King disappeared in a matter of months. Yeah. Like it was the most like we all have ADD now.
Yeah.
Like literally nobody can get away from it either because no matter what you're doing, things only last for like this amount of time and then it's over. Right. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be sitting there, talking about even the stuff we're talking about now in 3 months.
Right.
The fact that we even brought up the Tiger King is only because they're like trying to revamp it with new people.
It's pop culture now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy when COVID hit. Like, what was it then that January? All of a sudden it came out and like it just became wildfires. Like, gotta watch Tiger King. Hey, did you see Tiger King? You gotta see Tiger King.
And you had to watch it, otherwise you had nothing to talk about with anybody.
Yeah. Dude, it literally dude, COVID was like being on a submarine or something, like
yeah.
Even though like you were connected to people all over the place just through like, like Zoom here or whatever. But like still, it was just like, yeah, if you didn't watch Tiger King, like what were you doing? Beating your meat or something? Like,
or even like think of when they were like, oh, there's going to be a curfew, and unless you're driving to work or you're going to this and that, like you can't be on the road. And it's like, what? You're telling me I can't drive in my car? Like, where I'm gonna die if I drive around.
I definitely went to 7-Eleven every day.
Oh yeah, I drove all over the place, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully, I don't get pulled over. Then what are they gonna be like? Where are you going? I'm going to work. Okay, like, did we
Yeah.
really think that there's gonna be like checkpoints and stuff?
I'm like, doctor, god damn it.
Yeah,
I gotta get to the hospital.
why are you holding me up? Do you know who I am?
Yeah. What's your badge number?
Yeah.
All right. Get to work. Get to work.
Yeah.
Sucker. I heard that.
I'm Dr. Daddy H. Jalapene.
No, you're Dr. Daddy M. Jalapene.
Jalapene.
Jalapene. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I came up with that. Well, I know what I was thinking.
That's gold, man. That's gold.
Dr. Daddy
M. Jalapene.
Yeah, that's the new hashtag for this episode. Doctor. Yeah. It's like so long. Our hashtags that we come up with are too long, but they're awesome.
That's okay. Dr. Daddy M. Jalapene. Got that fucking what's his face? Manhattan's blue penis.
Yeah. Dr. M and his helicopter peen. If you haven't seen it, watch the movie what is it?
The Watchmen.
Yeah, The Watchmen, and he'll appear in a cafeteria with a helicopter peen. Out of all places, too.
Think of the person that had to CGI a blue penis. Like, oh, what are you working on? I'm just making a blue penis here.
I just wonder. So it was Billy Crudup. Is that how you say it? Crudup? That's who played Dr. Manhattan in that movie. And you just imagine if someone came up to him and was like, all right, we're gonna have to measure your cock for the helicopter peen scene.
Oh, there's no way. You know they CGI'd all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a fake.
Dude, if it was Stallone, we know it was CGI'd because he had some issues there with Demolition Man.
I thought he was in a porn movie. Didn't he do porn before? He was a regular actor.
Oh, I mean, from that picture that I have of him, yeah, probably. Where he's got like that like goatee going, and I don't know, that 70s hair. He's just wearing a white tee with a chain necklace.
I mean, he's Italian.
Yeah,
the Italian stallion.
But yeah, Dr. Manhattan and that helicopter peen. Check it out. Watchmen, 2009. Billy Crudup, some other people.
And you see some boobies in it too.
It's just kind of funny when you think about like movie sets and stuff. Like they do some pretty fucking crazy rigged shit. Like you would never know. I mean, like I've walked in some of these sets, like they just put like a basic paint down, you know, and like the lights kind of like blur out everything. But dude, they trash those sets. Like the houses on Warner Brothers. So like they have like so many odd houses. Okay. They have like no ceilings and shit, and they can retailer them if they want. For the most part, they're really just used for like the outer shell. But yeah, so those movie sets, what do you call it? They oh man, I lost my train of thought. So those movie sets, they're just like these emptied out shells. They have like kitchens. Some of them may have kitchens built out into them in like a living room, but for the most part, they have no ceilings because that's how they throw their lights and shit up on those.
Yeah.
And what's cool about that is a lot of the ceilings, if you ever see those shots, if you're seeing it, a lot of times it is just a white sheet, and then it's the lights on top that give you the feeling that it's like drywall. Yeah, and that light's reflecting off of it. Weird. But it's really protruding through it. So that was the interesting thing about that. But a lot of those houses though they have, they're really just for like shots on the outside. So like
Right.
if you ever watching sitcoms and stuff, and like
Mhm.
you'll see like they'll show the house and it might be at sunset or it might be during the day,
Mhm.
and it's just a shot showing the house. You don't see anybody in front. Um, they usually do it there, and they'll use that, and then they'll Photoshop everything around it.
Weird.
Yeah. The main square. So I'm trying to think. Like, there's tons of movies you've seen this, and it's crazy how they rearrange it, like, or just how they can edit out like everything else. But it's the Warner Brothers is like town square or whatever they call it. And like, so there's a bunch of shops, storefronts, right? But you walk in, they're only about like 20 feet like wide when you walk
Yeah.
in. There's like no space in them. So yeah, basically all they do is throw some lights and they'll throw some shit in the window to make it look like a business and kind of blur out that they'll make it look like there's depth in there and you'll just think it's like like a store where people
Yeah.
are in, and they may have a person or two in there and it'll look like, this active
Yeah.
store and shit. But yeah, it's all dinged up, it's all scratched up, like when you
Weird.
walk in them. Yeah, it's, and you think of Hollywood, you think it's like the best of the best, and I mean there is a lot of stuff that is the best of the best, right? But
Mhm.
like the sets, a lot of them are just, when a show's over with, they don't save them.
Yeah.
They deconstruct them and they get used. Certain things get salvaged, other things get repurposed and rebuilt. Like a lot of like framework and all that. Yeah, they'll just bust it down and they'll reuse it, or they'll take out whatever. Like if it's a wall that they built for one set, they'll just rip out everything on that frame and then they'll put another front on it. So they're clever in Hollywood, man. They like I've been in Warner Brothers, so they got this place where it looks like it's an antique shop,
Mhm.
but it's their prop shops where all the props from every movie that they've ever purchased shit, it gets tagged and put in there once the movie's done, like lamps and lighting and all that shit. Like literally producers and directors, like they come with like a checklist and they just start marking down serial numbers that they want, and then a crew literally loads it up and gets it ready for them and for transport. And
The
yeah,
key grips.
yeah, dude,
The key grips. I never knew what the fuck a key grip was.
every little detail. I
Yeah.
mean, it's pretty cool. And I mean, you're walking through there and you're probably like, yeah, I've probably seen some of this shit in a movie, but I don't know which one because it was such a small detail,
Exactly. Yeah, they only have to make it look as good as it needs to be for like a second. How about we get to our main event,
Main event.
the Great Outdoors,
Great out.
1988.
Yeah, that's
It's,
the year I was
this is
born.
the 80s. I was
About there.
2 years old at that.
2 years old, and I was just entering the world here.
Right. You
And
just you just started dying.
we just started dying. That's great.
From
That
the
is a
day
great
you're
thing.
born, you're just dying every day. So you're
The way,
born, so
the
you
way I'm
start
looking at
dying.
it, Jared.
Yeah, telling you.
But who directed this? I thought I had it written
Howard
down.
Howard Douche
No, what's his name? Howard
Deutsch
Deutsch. And then it was a
John
what's his
Hughes.
production. Mr. fucking Hughes. Mr. Chicago. Mr. Yeah, dude, that's just a shame that a guy like him had to pass away. It's like, imagine the movies he'd be making today. Be like
Kind of like
awesome. Be like awesome 80 movies in
yeah.
the 2020s.
I think Judd Apatow makes
Okay.
funny movies.
Yeah, he does.
I think he's kind of taken that role where like John Hughes was the 80s guy, like 2000s was
I'm sure he inspired him too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, But no, I like Great Outdoors. I think it's when you kind of analyze it and watch it, there's a few different things going on there. It's Chat taking his family out and just experiencing, this place that means a lot to him and his wife and whatnot. So, but then he's got his brother-in-law who's some fucking snake ass bitch, and I forget it's Chet's sister, right? That he married. Like,
Yes.
yeah, okay. So, Annette Bening, who plays Kate, Chet's sister, she comes up with Dan Aykroyd, her husband, and their two kids, and kind of like, fucking invade on, their family vacation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have this thing where Chet has a rivalry, or yeah, he's butting heads with Dan Aykroyd and ruining his time. And then you kind of have Dan Aykroyd who has like an agenda for being there, and it's not really just invading a vacation, but trying to put him in a spot where he can get money because he's fucked up in life and he's trying to pull himself out of the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But then you got Buck, Mr. Buck and Buck. And you got this whole like, him becoming a man, I don't know if you want to call it becoming a man, but
they call it a coming of age movie.
Yeah. Just realizing that he's got something between his legs and there's somebody he can, touch.
Put it in. Yeah.
Yeah, put it in. But so yeah. And I was trying to think. I thought there was another thing going on. But I mean, really at the end though, what comes down to is Chet and Dan Aykroyd, they end up making up, working together, saving the fucking freaks, the twins.
Yeah.
Hillary and Rebecca Gordon.
Yeah.
Which they're pretty good looking now.
A bear gets shot in the ass.
Yeah.
And then everybody lives happily ever after.
That's what it was. That's the other thing. So that's another person. That's a personal thing between Chet and himself, because that bear came before, and I think he tells the story and he cowered away from it, I think. And they just went into hiding, and then what, the owner came and shot him and skinned the head, right? And he became the ball.
No,
what is it called?
The ball.
It's the.
Yeah. What are you seeing Rebecca Gordon being? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, did I throw you off? Like,
well, you said these two are hot, and I wanted to see, but
they're all right. All right, I laughed. They're all right. They're like
well, this. Oh my god! Well, I gotta show you. This is what popped up when I looked up Rebecca Gordon. Oh, you can't see it. Never mind. I was gonna share it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, the bald-headed bear, they called it though.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I think he tells a story about it to everybody.
Yeah.
But there's like, so I think there's still like this interpersonal thing with him that he cowered away from it, and he didn't, try to like stop it, or it scared him so much that he wanted like somewhat of a revenge against it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and so when they come back to that bear, and then he ends up getting the gun eventually after all this struggle to shoot it, and John Candy's just like, I'm done. Boom.
Shot the bear in the ass.
Shot the bear in the ass.
So, I mean, looking at the movie though, they get up to there, they have to deal with what's this guy? What's the guy? He also is the boss in Christmas Vacation. He plays the hotel. He's the hotel. Well, I can't think of his name. You know who?
I got it right here. Hold on.
I know. I pulled it up.
Wait, you talking about Wally?
No. You know Christmas Vacation? the
Yeah,
boss that they kidnapped.
yeah. I don't think he plays in this. You
Oh,
sure?
I'm thinking of. Never mind. I apologize. Yeah, Louis Arquette. He's the. I think I'm lost right. Anyways, no, you know what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the vacation movie, the National Lampoon's Vacation, when they're going across, going to Wally World, and they
Yeah.
stop at the one like where it's these shitty cabins, and it's really hot, and it's just like, yeah,
Okay.
he plays the innkeeper there, and it's like, oh, he's like, why do you need to know my address? It's yeah, we send out a mailer. He's like, all right. Okay, so yeah, he has that thing with the innkeeper when they first get there, driving a woody wagon. That's awesome. Yes.
It's the initial drink of my Pepsi.
Yeah. You got classic 80s music too. Just like the
Yeah.
almost like the Ferris Bueller style, like you know.
Yeah. Dun, dun,
Oh
dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun. Yeah,
Mhm.
dude. Yeah. Um,
I always think of Rick and Morty where he's like, oh yeah, when they do the hell the pinhead episode. He's doing karaoke.
oh
And he's
yeah.
singing to all those like demon people.
They're just laughing at
It's
him.
good. Oh yeah. Yeah. But that type of music, that is quintessential 80s.
Who is Juanita? In
Juanita.
I don't know. I'm just looking at the actors that were in Great Outdoors. Fucking Dan Aykroyd. Fucking
Yeah.
Mr. UFO. He's into the world of the UFOs and the ghosts. The ghosts and the aliens.
Can't believe John Candy died.
I know.
He's
You think he was
43.
blown coke? Is that why he died? He had a heart attack, right?
I don't remember. He died in Durango, Mexico, in
Oh,
1994. That's not a good place to die.
dude, I feel like one of the Tate Johnson stories I was trying to write, I used Durango. That's fucking weird. How did John Candy die? Tell me, Google. He plunged into boiling oil. Oh, this is not. Oh, I just wrote, how did John die?
Oh, he died
Heart
during
attack.
filming a movie.
Oh, in Durango.
Yeah.
Rust. The first attempt at Rust.
Hmm.
We'll change it to a real serious movie.
Yeah.
We'll do it in 20 years and we'll have Alec Baldwin do it. Oh man, he like so the death of his anniversary death like literally just passed like last month, a month ago. So rest in peace, John.
Yeah, fuck that. All those guys, him and what's his
Wasn't it
name? What's that other fat guy?
Chris Farley?
Yes. Chris Farley died. Next is Jack Black. That guy better watch out.
You think he like blows coke all the time too?
Have you watched Jack Black?
Yeah, I just don't know if like
He's
I
one of
don't
those.
know.
He's a big guy that's always going crazy and shit and moving at 100 miles an
Right.
hour.
Yeah.
Talking about rocking out and shit. Like, you have to be on
Yeah,
drugs.
I guess. Well,
If you're not, then you're just weird.
did I tell you about Robin Williams and like what happened with him? Or so it was the set of Mrs. Doubtfire, and I guess yeah, Joey Lawrence. Was it Joey Lawrence or which Lawrence brother played in whatever Lawrence played in
The one kid was in it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess like, so I guess one day he was telling him like, or Robin Williams was telling him like, hey, like, listen, like, you don't ever want to get into drugs. He just literally, he was being a good role model, what he was saying. But then there was a reference that like this kid has seen Robin Williams blowing coke in the trailer. And he did refer back to it. He's like, you see what I do in the trailer. He's like, it's a very bad thing what I do. He's like, it's something stupid that I didn't even think about when I was younger. And now it's a deep addiction that is like super tough and degrading. He was just like telling him all the negative about it. So I guess he never got into drugs because of that talk, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like with Robin Williams, like trying to get off the drugs is probably what started leading to a lot of his problems and shit, and then being
Yeah.
on drugs. But they said he had some kind of condition, or like, I forget if it was Alzheimer's or something, that he was just recently diagnosed with it. And it led to him just losing control. And that's kind of why he offed himself. I don't know. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, John Belushi. That's another fat guy.
Drugs.
Comedy and drugs, yeah. Yeah, Chevy Chase. He wasn't really a fat guy, but he became a fat guy, and now he's a skinny guy.
He BF'd us.
But he came back.
He did.
He's got a lot of skin, but it's cool. He'll figure it out.
He's got a lot of skin.
Yeah. Thick skin.
Yeah, it happens. So yeah, what things did you like about this movie?
So yeah, I like the story. I think it's it's a true, it's like a true story that has like a beginning, middle, and end sort of deal. It doesn't leave you hanging at the end either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the end is the redemption. It's like the hero story. It goes through. It starts off being in. So them showing up to the North Woods there was like that stable environment. The peace, the whatever. Then Aykroyd come in, changes. That's the chaos where then he has to now constantly fight so he can, I guess, get back, get what Chet wants, and then he wants his peace, and he just wants to get through this now, and he doesn't. He just wants to avoid confrontation, but there's things he wants to do that this dude just keeps interfering on. Eventually, there's this change where Roman or Dan Aykroyd, he takes advantage of him. He gets he gets Chet to write the check for $25,000. He walks off, but Roman, he gets guilty when his wife just starts, reaming into him how trustworthy he was, and how proud she is, how he's going to change this around. And so then he comes back and he redeems himself by telling everybody, like, this is where I'm at. I've lost all of our money. I'm just a runner at the fucking exchange now. I don't even have, I'm not even a broker or whatever I was anymore, and then, and that's where like, there's kind of a small redemption. I mean, it's like, Chet or John Candy was just kind of like, dude, bro, you didn't have to be like this. You could have just told us, what was going on. Like, you didn't have to, do this and all that. But then they realized the girls are missing. And that's kind of where, let's throw our shit aside and let's find them, because they're out there. It's raining, it's thunderstorming.
And they climb down a fucking cave.
And that's the part. Yeah.
Dumbass kids.
Yeah, right. But that's the part where, that's where Chet and Roman put their differences away. And because of that, they were able to get the girls out. So that's that moment there. And then I would say the very end with the bear, that is John Candy's moment. where he kind of takes over and he becomes the hero. He saves the day, and I like
Yeah,
that
but the
story.
hotel keeper shoots it.
No, he doesn't. It's John Candy.
No,
Hold on.
he plugs it in. He plugs in the shotgun. Because John Candy was under the door and he's getting the bears hopping out. It's like big bear, chase me.
No,
Big Bear
I
Chase.
swear it was John Candy.
Yeah, man. It's the hotel innkeeper
Hold on.
comes out and he comes in through the door and steps on,
No, he comes with the gun and then
plugs it in, and then he shoots the bear in the ass.
but I thought John Candy picked it up.
No,
Hold on. I'm pulling up the scene right now.
no,
Once this ad is over. Hold
no.
on.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
No, damn it. They don't show the clip.
That's Louis Arquette. Herm, isn't that? Yeah, Herm.
I swear, dude. Hold on. Who shot the bear in? Oh, maybe I should put the Great Outdoors.
Reg. You remember Reg? How many times have you been hit by lightning, Reg?
Oh, six?
It's just like, holy crap, 6 times. Wow. And you've lived all 66 times in the head. And it's like 66 times.
Guess what?
What? It's Herm shoot the bear in the ass.
No, it says during. Oh wait, it says during a flashback, Chet Ripley uses a 12 gauge double barrel shotgun to
In the
shoot.
flashback. In the flashback, he's the one who hits it in the head, the bald-headed bear, and at the end of it, he shoots. It's the innkeeper that shoots the bear in the ass.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you have to rewatch that movie, man.
I
Just wait.
can't. I have to fucking re-rent it from Amazon.
Yeah. You have to rent it on Amazon. Oh, that's right. You don't own Blu-rays.
Yeah, I don't own shit.
What happens if the whole system's crashed? You can't watch anything on streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
All right, this is killing me because I can't find an actual clip of this because hold on. There should be a 10 out of 10 and they don't there it is. But yeah, that's the one where they just show pretty much the part where oh wait, maybe this is it. No, yeah, they just show the part where the bear breaks the door down. They don't even show anybody shooting the bear. It's so annoying. Great Outdoors bear scene.
But I think you might be right.
I swear, the dude plugged it in and he tried shooting, but something hit, and then John Candy took it.
Candy grabs it. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Yeah, he shoots that fucker in the ass. Dude, that's gotta hurt though. Still, bunch of because like they still embed in this. Yeah, it's still embedded.
It's like a bird shot or something.
Right, still.
Man, I thought it was. I was just thinking of him coming in and plugging it in, and then aiming it, and I was just thinking, yeah, he shot it in the end.
There we have it.
Anyways,
John Candy saves the day, so my theory is still in place here.
He pulls the trigger
because if Wally did it, then I'm fucked. I had no story
not
there.
Wally
or her, whatever.
Herm. A big perm. Big worm.
Perm. But yeah. So I like that.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie, no.
It goes right back to our Christmas movie theory. There's a Grinch, or there's the protagonist has an issue. There's a Grinch, and then there's the bad guy. Just like Just like why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And if you don't know what we're talking about, just rewind back to our first ever podcast where we talk about.
I'll put a link. Right.
Yes,
Look up in the
where we talk
corner. One of
about
these corners. There should be a
if
link.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Look for the exclamation point to pop up or the question mark, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hit like, hit subscribe. Watch it all.
And then click that. Yeah.
Watch it all.
And you will learn what makes a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah.
But it's a Christmas movie, man. As much as you want to say it.
It's not a Christmas movie, but it's a good movie.
A coming of age classic.
It's a good movie. Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing too. Then you got Buck, Chris Young. I don't know what else Chris Young has ever done. I should look.
Probably
that up.
nothing.
Yeah, I mean, they don't. They only show his picture as Buck, so that's not a good sign for him. I mean, even the kid Ben has an updated freaking mugshot on IMDb. So, I guess he had some shit to do in Max Headroom. Remember Max Headroom?
No.
Oh, he's that weird, like, so in the 80s they made it look like it was completely like they made some like AI robot, but it was an actor, and then they, used the digital effects of the time. And actually Back to the Future, he was also in that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris Young, Great Outdoors 88. Then he played in this movie PCU. I've talked about this before. I believe it's with Jeremy Piven, and you can't stream it anywhere because there's some kind of, I don't know if it has anything to do with it might have something to do with the Weinstein thing. You ever hear about that?
No.
So, okay.
Well, I know about the Weinstein guy.
No, not that thing. But when they was coming down on Weinstein and they were, about to arrest him, there was a deal made. He signed off all of his movies, so they couldn't be, so they wouldn't be locked up within the government, right? Because they would be assets under him, and since he's arrested, they would be locked up forever, sort of deal. But there's a bunch of movies that were not part of the deal, and apparently they legally can't be put out there or something like that.
So, like, the government owns PCU.
I don't know if that's what it is, or if it's just like there's no owner. I know Jeremy. I know Jeremy Piven's been working trying to get it to be able to be streamed. I think it's probably available on YouTube. I don't know though, but yeah, you can't buy it. I don't know if you can still get it on Oh, that's the thing. That's one of those movies that are worth a lot of money now. They're like over like $100 or a lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's like a bunch of wines. The Dogma is another one. Dogma is like worth like a shit ton of money in its physical DVD form or Blu-ray form.
Because you can't find it anywhere else.
Right. Or if somebody has it, I think you can get it off Walmart.com for like $6,000 or something.
Well, maybe I might do that. Yeah. And then I'll sell it to people in digital form.
Yeah.
At $100 a pop. So, but I mean, the thing about this movie that stands out probably the most is the slapstick comedy, right? I mean, you don't get that in a lot of newer movies. You're not getting that where he's getting dragged by the boat, or the bat's flying around, he gets smacked in the head, and it's just that physical comedy where, I mean, there's not really any good comedies to begin with, but
right. Well, I feel like when they do that nowadays, it doesn't seem to be funny at all.
Yeah, it's like too much. Like, maybe because back then it was just like it's quirky kind of thing, or you're like, oh, it's silly, Now it's like, oh, you're just a freaking idiot.
No, there's this new term going out though, like
Rex.
They're like
rolled.
No, is that what they're like? Something to do with romance movies.
Rick rolled. got
No,
Rickrolled.
something to do with romance movies.
Hashtag Rickroll.
Or yeah, it's something like I saw this like interview with Matthew McConaughey where like he got blacklisted for like 11 months because he couldn't or no, longer than that. He basically, because he didn't want to do fucking romance movies, he wanted to do something real. He wanted to be fucking like, so basically his typecast was, yeah, being a shirtless guy, you know, that walks on the beach pretty much.
Do you do romantic movies? No. Be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah. So like, yeah,
You
he
got
wanted to,
You got a joint, man.
he even like,
No. Be a lot cooler if you did. Matthew McConaughey.
did somebody ever count how many times that kid touches his fucking face?
There is a drinking game
Yeah, I know.
that revolves around.
There's also a drinking game if you watch fucking Roadhouse too. Every time you fucking roundhouse kick somebody.
I watched that the other day, almost all the way through. I think, where did I get to? I got to some point and I was just like, I can't deal with this. Like him doing like Tai Chi, like all oiled up, and there's some dude watching him. I was like, that's really creepy. Some old man is watching you from across the river doing your Tai Chi.
Weird shit you did in the 80s. No, oh my God, I can't believe we're going to have an episode strictly about this. Gleaming the Cube. You ever see that? Christian Slater. Guess who else is in it?
Big Slate.
Tony fucking Hawk.
Tony Hawk is in a movie?
Yes.
What
because
is-
he was a skateboarder and it's a skateboarding movie. And
that
so
sounds awful.
it is, but it's
Can Christian
awesome.
Slater skateboard?
Yes. He actually learned to skateboard for this.
Like decently?
Yes.
Like is he just doing ollies and kickflips and shit?
I guess he's just doing ollies and kickflips. But no, he
grinding.
did. He
grind
actually
some rails.
So what he did was he did like a scene where he went down a fucking steep ass hill because it takes place in California. No, actually, he did actually fuck himself up or something doing that role. He like wiped out at one point, and so yeah, they cut it out obviously. But,
I would love to see the video footage.
dude. Well,
Christian
the
Slater
best
wiping out
part,
on his skateboard.
the best part is
This
I
needs
never
to become viral. Somebody get me this footage.
But anyways, so the best part is, yeah, this is like an early 80s, so they're all kids and shit when they're playing in this movie. And so there's this the beginning scene I remember, all these dudes hop in an airplane. They pay some pilot to go fly around the whatever area of California they're in.
Mm-hmm.
They were scoping out empty pools, like pools that had no water in them. And so they were marking down the addresses, and then they'd go and they'd start skating in them. But there's the scene when they get in the plane, this kid slaps a sticker on the window, and it's a Hawk sticker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second. And then I started realizing Tony Hawk played in that fucking movie. There's some other pros too, but I don't think I've ever really knew who they were.
I don't know if this sounds like a decent movie.
I think it's like one of those it's like one of those movies you kind of should watch like once just so you experience it. But yeah, it is like terrible because he's like fighting the Yakuza in there too. So skateboarding ninjas almost. Hold on. Yeah.
Isn't that Beverly Hills Ninja?
Hold on. I'm going to read you the plot here. A young
You should
avid skateboarder uncovers a government conspiracy while investigating his adopted brother's mysterious death. So
there's way too much going on.
Oh yeah. So his adopted brother is like this like Japanese kid. And yeah, he's found hung in the basketball court, hanging from
That's his
the.
name.
I don't know what his name is.
That's not found hung.
No,
It's
that's
Japanese.
terrible. dude.
That's my Japanese brother found hung. Well, is there somebody hung him? No, that's his name. Found hung.
But so like it was just totally like nobody would have guessed he would have done that. So they just ruled it out as a suicide. But there had something to do with him uncovering something.
So it's like the Yakuza or some shit.
Yeah,
the FBI or something.
Well, I think there's like Japanese people that start chasing them down and shit. And then, there's just this scene at the end where they're all like throwing their hands up in the air.
But when do you not want to throw your hands up in the air? I mean, if you succeed.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'll watch it if I can find it, but otherwise, I think it should be.
I'll just get you an Amazon gift card so
No.
you can watch it. You can rent it.
I would like to watch Roadhouse. I think that's more of a cult classic. They still play it on that and Robocop. We have to do Robocop.
Yeah, RoboCop's pretty badass.
The beginning scene when fucking what's his face is just getting shot into pieces, like, and it's horrific by the guy from that 70s Red from that 70s show. Is the like the lead nasty like hitman bodyguard guy.
Yeah. Let me pull that up. RoboCop.
The Robocop scene.
See, that's like a scary future. Like,
and I like back in the day, I liked the toy. They had the RoboCop toys, but then like I watched it again. I was like, I don't know if my parents let me watch the beginning of this, and if they did, it was pretty sick.
Dude, you know what's funny though? It's just like when you look back, like these movies are so terrible. Sometimes their storylines are really ridiculous, but like when you first saw it, it was like the coolest thing ever. But then you're like looking back at it like, whoa, it's kind of stupid or that's kind of weird,
It just gave me an idea. I'm printing a RoboCop helmet.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do that. I gotta find one. I'm gonna do it. And then I'll make you one too.
Get a balaclava so you can cover your chin and shit. What do you call those? The things
a baklava?
A baklava, yeah.
I don't know what it is. We're probably saying it wrong again, just like the Toro run. The Neutro.
Naruto.
Yeah, then we'll sit here and we'll review RoboCop wearing RoboCop helmets.
Oh man. I know we've been all over the place tonight, and that's just the episode we're having tonight.
Yeah.
All right. It's fine. It's bound to happen, But I gotta say, I'm pissed off because Jared, I really wanted us to reenact "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon.
Yes,
the music video. Fucking Supernatural and his soap opera wife, who I thought was his sister at first. Shame on me. But yeah, they go ahead and do it. Like
when? How long ago?
I don't know. What's the dude's name? Ackles Jenkin or Jenkin Ackles?
Yeah, something like that. But hey, how about this? Let's just do like that face swap thing.
Yes.
And just face swap ourselves onto.
It was made 2 years ago during the pandemic.
Oh, let's see. Those are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, that's
when everybody else was working. They're just fucking around.
Well, I feel like they were getting paid to do this. Like somebody was because like that is the thing. Everything was shut down, so they needed to come up with ideas for them to do things at home. So like that's why all those musicians started doing shit. Like, having these like Zoom from home like specials.
I think your mission is this now. See if we can face swap ourselves onto that, and then we'll make a TikTok of that.
Oh my god.
That's what we're doing. Otherwise, I don't care if they did it, because if we do it, it's funnier because we're not actors
Yeah.
or musicians or anything like that. So fuck them. They're just stupid supernatural bullshit.
Yeah, fuck Supernatural. I don't know. It used to be a
Man,
cool show.
fuck Jeff Goldblum, man.
Fuck Jenkin Ackles. I should stop talking shit about all these actors like that. Like, I have nothing against Ryan Reynolds. I kind of want to apologize about that.
No.
No,
That guy has
come
been
on.
stooping pretty low lately with the jobs he's been. He
He's
was at a
got a
peak, and now he's
family.
like,
He's got a
I don't give a
family,
shit.
dude.
no,
He's not Brendan Fraser in it.
no. But Brendan Fraser
Oh my
redeemed himself.
God, that's right. I'm somehow like related to the guy that one of the guys I played in The Mummy. So he would know Brendan Fraser and what happened to him.
Who?
Hold on. Let me pull it off. It's like O'Connell, Kevin O'Connell. Not the guy from fucking Entourage. I keep getting the names are similar. I always fuck them up. Hold on. The Mummy. He played also in like I want to say Deep Rising or something. He's played in Steel Magnolia. He played in Steel Magnolias. If you ever remember that movie, I forget exactly.
Steel Magnolias.
All right, so I found it here.
Okay.
So it's Kevin J. O'Connor. So it's my dad's. So he's related to my dad's aunt, who is, she's his uncle. His uncle married her, which she was, related to this Kevin J. O'Connor. So I'm not like directly related to this guy at all or anything. I've never met him either, but I'm like connected to him somehow that way. So I got some ties. I got some ties to Hollywood. It's in the family.
Did he tell you how BF happened? Or?
No, like I said, I've never met the guy, so he doesn't know I exist. Gotcha. But I think he lives here somewhere. He probably lives on like the north side. Probably lives right off the fucking lake. And what's that town that everybody lives in that's rich?
Northbrook?
Oh, like Sheridan Park or something.
Oh,
no. North Sheridan. Oh no, North Sheridan Drive is what they all live off of because that's what Lakeshore Drive turns into or something.
Yeah. Where all those mansions are on the coast.
Yeah, well, there's like, all right, so you go up north on Lakeshore Drive, you get to a point where Lakeshore Drive ends and there's a bunch of condos. Yeah, there's just a bunch of rich people that live in these condos. I demoed out one of the condo units over there because the guy was he bought 2 units and he turned it into one big apartment. These people get their own freaking elevators in these places. It was like a stressful job too, because like there's a standard of cleanliness that had to be met. And everybody just complained, and it was impossible to find parking. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so then you go through all those condos. That's Hollywood Boulevard or Drive or something. Eventually, I think becomes Sheridan Road or something, and then eventually the tall buildings disappear, and then all of a sudden trees start appearing again, and then it's just big mega mansions, and you're just taking North Sheridan Road all the way up into like Lake Forest and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much money's up there, man.
Well, that's where I used to fly along the coast.
Oh, so area. You saw that
the stuff. Gigantic shit. I actually think I've got pictures of some of the houses because we just cruised along the coastline.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty neat. That's probably one of my favorite things that I've done was cruise by downtown Chicago.
Well, some of the ones more up north, like, or I don't know, maybe not more up north, but like
No, like
there's
further, yeah, up the coastline.
yeah, there's some that are like, because like there's a big drop off
Yes.
at when you get up north. Like
Yes.
there's not a shore. There's a big
No,
fucking
it's
cliff.
cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of houses. Yeah, they're kind of sunken in there, covered by the trees and shit. And then they have like you've seen them. You saw them on the other
The,
side. I
the
saw them from
decks.
going down. Yeah,
Yeah, the zigzag. Yeah. They're super neat. Like the houses are insane. And then there's
man.
just like these racks of stairs going all the way down to the shore.
You know what's awesome about that? Because that was your position on the helicopter, so you saw all that, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, you should have been doing your helicopter peeing passing by there. Like, who do you call? Like, all right, like I'm a rich guy, I'm on my lawn, and all of a sudden I see, a squadron of Blackhawks, and there's some asshole in one of them helicopter and is peeing. Like, who do I
You wouldn't
call?
see we're never that close to the
And
ground.
wait, right? I know. I'm just like exaggerating. Like you guys are
Yeah.
like 20 meters off the fucking from the cliff, and he's like looking right at you. You can see like dead in your eyes, and
Yeah.
somebody's just like helicopter and they're peeing, and like who
Yeah.
do you call? Like
Nobody.
or do you just
Nobody's gonna believe you. They're gonna be
or
like,
do you just
yes,
create?
there's a Black Hawk helicopter, and a man was helicoptering his penis out of the side window.
Oh my god!
No.
Do you just start a Reddit post on that and like see if you get supporters? Oh my god, that happened to you too?
Telling you, that wouldn't happen.
Wait, so like, have you ever like? I know, like, I probably flicked you off a couple times when you were flying your helicopter. You can't see people down there, right?
Mm-mm.
You couldn't see hand
Not that
movements.
kind of detail.
Yeah.
Not during the
I guess you
day.
guys. Yeah, I guess you guys are pretty high up.
We average anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 feet.
Okay.
So
It's close, but it's I guess everyone's still a little tiny.
what is that? Yeah, I mean it's what? What a football field is 300 feet. So yeah, figure almost 3 football fields and then some for the lowest that we'd ever be.
Okay.
So you couldn't see facial features or anything like that at that distance.
Yeah.
And
No,
we're moving pretty fast.
Yeah, I've been like an asshole when I see like low flying planes or when I see airplanes in general. And
Yeah.
I just always wonder, hey, can I see? I mean, I've been in an airplane too, and
Well,
I guess
but
I
you're
don't see
way
it.
high up in the airplane.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, where I mean, where we live in this area, Chicago, I mean, it's a heavily trafficked area with air flight.
Yeah.
So like,
I know.
I actually, well, yeah, I got preaching to the choir here. No, I just noticed like when I'm flying out, coming back from out west or something, and I try to look out the window and try to get my bearings where we're at, and I do feel like I'm seeing Tinley Park sometimes. I mean, and I usually fly Southwest, so I see Southwest planes all the time. But but I feel like where I live is a big, like if you're coming from the west, it's a big descending path, or what do you call it? A landing path.
Well,
I feel like you come up by Tinley Park, where I'm at, and then you go up north towards Midway.
Yes. So one of the larger landing strips at Midway is going from it's like kind of southwest to northeast. It's like the corner of Central and
I used to live over there. Well, not really over there. I lived in Fort or Lyons.
That's kind of
Lived down the street from Stickney, the ship plant. But I worked for a company that actually had to hire a helicopter service to drop supplies at the
Did you
Stickney
go to
ship
that one
plants.
that's over in Willowbrook?
Which one? The ship
That
plant?
that lift, the
You know
whatever's
what?
lift.
So that's funny. I worked for another construction company that was right next door to that. So I always heard that helicopter going up and
What
down.
the orange one?
Yeah, the
Orange and
old
white?
Vietnam one.
Yeah. I know the pilot. He
Isn't
flew
he a
with
crazy?
us.
Isn't he a crazy guy?
Yeah, he crashed that thing like a couple of years ago in a parking lot.
There's always a sign up like for a public hearing notice because like he's got a helicopter.
63rd and Central.
Yeah.
There is a lot. So if you actually look up Midway, it's a big X,
Yeah. Right.
right? So going
It's
from
a mile.
southeast, yeah. So
Right.
going for it's a city block.
Right. It's crazy.
So we were in. If you look, there's Atlantic Aviation.
Yeah, I
That's
see right now.
that Atlantic Aviation is the company that flew around with that killed John Denver.
Really?
And we were right next door to them. Yeah.
Oh God.
See, if you look, there's national. If you really zoom in, right on 63rd by Long, that's the National Guard. That's where our base was.
It's been taken out now.
Well, we just moved. It's still a station, but I think it opens. It's just like a service center now. They actually don't
63rd
fly.
and Long, you said?
Yeah,
That's Central.
yeah. Just go right past Central on 63rd towards the city.
Oh.
You got to zoom in a little bit, but there's a big landing strip right there too.
Holy shit. I might have used to drive past this.
Yeah, you probably did.
Because like so what would happen is when I was working in Indiana and I lived in Lyons, I'd have to come back on the Dan Ryan. And you know what? They were working on 290.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I didn't live. So I lived in Forest Park, which was off 290. But so when I lived in Lyons, it would tell me to actually get off at 63rd Street. So I'd pretty much drive through the fucking ghetto. And then yeah,
To Inglewood.
Yeah,
West
right.
Inglewood.
Exactly. Because I'm tough as nails. Yeah, so I would drive through all that and then finally get up to Midway there. No shit, man.
Yeah.
No shit.
And now they're all the way out in Kankakee. Well, I mean that area is still there, obviously. But
whose idea was this a Rahm Emanuel idea? We don't want the National Guard at Midway anymore.
I think it's because the federal government gave a bunch of money that Illinois said that they were going to use for for this, and then they embezzled it all for other things that Illinois needed, and then it took like a whole 10 years to build the land, and they got it for dirt cheap, and it ended up being a marsh, and it sank into the ground 10 feet. But that's Illinois.
There's a lot of that going on. Like California, there's a building like that. There's like a big skyscraper they're constantly jacking because it just constantly is sinking.
Absolutely just jerking it off.
I was actually talking to a guy from he was from Idaho, and he actually complimented. He's one of the first people here that's complimenting Chicago. I should have told him, hey, birthplace of the atomic bomb, but I didn't. I think I left that out. But I was he was telling me how clean of a city and how he thought of beautiful of a city Chicago was. And he's like, there's like places like LA and San Francisco, there's just trash and garbage. He's like, my kids used to live there, but my one daughter moved to Chicago. She works out there now. He's like, I think it's a beautiful city. And he's like, some of the stuff they say on the news, I just don't believe it when I go there. I straight out told him, I'm like, yeah, the news can be, a little bit misleading. Cause I'm like, really? I'm like, where the trouble, what's really being talked about are very isolated areas.
Yeah.
For the most part, the main city where the tourist attractions are is very safe, I would say.
Yeah.
So fucking disinfo agents.
Yeah. One of these days I'll show you this shit, like what they built. Maybe we'll take a ride out there one day, and maybe I'll talk to one of my guys there, and we'll take a tour of it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You think we'd fly one?
No.
Damn. Maybe we can utilize some people at the base to look into balls too.
Oh, I could. If I made one call, I could probably figure that out right now.
Oh man, I really want to. All right, so there is. You remember the show Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
So they made a reimagined version in like the early 2000s. So like one of the first scenes was them like showing Edward James Olmos
That Edward James almost ass.
Yeah, they showed it. So they were showing him because he was like the commander of the Galactica, and so the Galactica was becoming a museum because it won the war against the Cylons, and they were recommissioning it to be a museum that people could travel to and see the war machine that won the war. So Edward James almost fought in the first Cylon War, and he fought, he was a pilot and all that. Well, they brought his old ship back out from the mothballs and they like redid it. And he's like fucking like having a heart attack crying. And he's like, oh my God, I just imagine we do that with balls too. We just bring it back, get it all like, we'll paint it black though. It'd be like jet black. Isn't that bad to do the jet black or whatever?
Well, it just depends. The paint that they put on there absorbs radar.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like the shittiest paint job ever.
Yeah, when you get up close.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. It looks like a chalkboard.
Looks like a Hollywood set.
Yeah, no, it's like rough, just gross feeling. But
it displaces.
It displaces and it absorbs radars.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know.
Oh, I guess you can compare.
Paint.
Can you compare it to like like old World War II helmets, like that texture when you watch those movies, and like it's kind of rough with the green paint on there.
Yeah, kind of, but
yeah,
it's weird. Like if you felt it, you'd be like, "This is very strange." For what I think it's a lot of fiberglass and like weird shit on there.
It's absorbing my skin.
Yeah. Well, there's this stuff that we had to like seal things with. Yeah. It was like a 2-part like epoxy type compound. And they're like, you had to like go through this whole like safety brief thing about how you could pretty much get cancer from breathing it in. So don't breathe it in. So we're like sitting there, it's like getting on my hands and shit. I'm like, let's mix this shit up and slather it on. And
like those YouTube commercials where they mix the epoxy, like those drive me nuts. Or not YouTube, TikToks where they got like a end of a pipe or something. They jam a bunch of shit in there, then they cut it even, and then they put all this epoxy around it, and then they start grinding it, and then they end it.
Yeah,
because that's their hook to get you to watch their video over and over.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Motherfuckers. But speaking of airports, though, you know what I always thought was an interesting airport? That's what I like about when I go to San Diego. Like, you drive their public transportation at the airport, and they have a bunch of people that they actually give you like tours from there to pretty much from the airport to the rental car place, or vice versa back to the airport. So I learned that San Diego airport. So it's a one lane, it's just a one strip airport, but it's the busiest, it's one of the busiest airports in America.
Hmm.
And it has one of the quickest times. Like they can land and send off a plane. And I forget what the time now was, but there's a certain time you can do it on an aircraft carrier, and they can do it better at San Diego.
Well, you got a lot less restriction of area.
Well, right. Well, the other cool thing is all the Navy people that are working on the aircraft carriers.
Get jobs there.
Yeah, and so they know the drill. They know
Hmm.
what it's like trying to launch a plane and whatever. Could you, being in the National Guard, could you ever get put onto an aircraft carrier? Or
I've
no?
landed on ships.
That's dope.
It's weird. Go up to
Yeah.
Great Lakes training area.
Yeah.
There you go land on boats. They'd be like this. So you're trying to set this down that's hovering while this is going
Yeah.
like this. And then finally you just get it at the peak and then go down with it. And then the boat just brings you back up.
That
It's
place
scary
freaks
as fuck.
place freaks me out up there, that town. I don't know what it is. Like I feel like it's like
I
Beetlejuice.
told you, it's like every time you go around any kind of military establishment,
Yeah.
it's ghetto, and then there's strip clubs and pawn shops and alcohol
I
and
don't ever remember
weird
really seeing
stores.
pawn shops or maybe so down the street from the hospital up there, maybe I did see like this like weird looking liquor store that just opened up, but I don't remember seeing like strip clubs in the
That's
area.
not like a huge base either. I mean, in comparison to like the
Well, I don't even
real
think I
full
was near
time.
the base. I don't think the hospital's on the base, is it?
Um,
Because it's a V. Oh no, it was a VA hospital. Never mind, it's not on the
yeah.
base. So
Great Lakes Center. So let's see, or what's near here?
you know what actually used to be an airport?
There's a Popeyes chicken. You know that there's shit going down over there.
Where's Great Lake? Okay, Lake Forest. That's the thing too. Like, there's no easy way to get to a lot of these towns. Like, you got to go through 94, and sometimes you got to drive like a ways. Oh, Highland Park. That was the town I was thinking of. So there's North Chicago, Waukegan. Where the fuck's this base at?
Like Beach Park.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at Beach Nature Preserve right now. Beach State Park. So what kind of ships do
Well,
they got? And
I mean, think of how big. Think of how big the lake is.
no, I know. I mean, I know like Navy Pier used to be a
The
runway too.
Navy base. Yeah.
And they that's how they trained a lot of their top pilots
I
during
don't
the
even see
war.
them out. There's usually big ass ships. All right,
And they're
hold on. I'm
probably they're
getting
probably in war games right now.
maybe they just don't let them take pictures when there's.
Yeah, it's probably you can tell there's editing. There's layered frames and stuff, but I can't see like they don't even point out the base. Guess I'll just type it in. So when you're in the Navy, you go to Chicago then for training,
Yeah,
for
in a
basic
lot of
training?
cases. Yeah. My stepbrother's in the Navy. That's where he went.
Is his name Davey?
No,
No.
it was Mike.
Okay, oh, the base, it doesn't like really show it off the water, but I guess they own all this land around it.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing too. Like, there's always going to be like state parks and natural things around any kind of base. And you know why they do that?
they
To
keep
keep people as far away as possible from building like housing and stuff
uh
from the base.
Makes sense. So I mean, like, what kind of ships are we talking? I mean, are there like actual warships or
Yeah, there's like battleships, like that terrible, terrible movie.
where are they coming from? Like, are they really throwing those down all those rivers like they did with the fucking submarine?
Yeah, they go up the locks up in the near Canada and shit.
That's crazy. So
Do that
that's
or
how
they
like
just
the Coast Guard ship is here in Chicago.
Mhm.
So it's made off the East Coast somewhere, and then they just fucking go through all the Great Lakes here.
Yeah.
That's insane. But they can't fit a fucking aircraft carrier.
No,
here.
you're not getting an aircraft carrier.
That would be cool training though. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter that much with the
Aircraft
fucking
carriers are easier because there's so much. It's a wider platform.
yeah,
We have to do it on the battleships, and
right,
like the
which
ones that
is
are, it's moving a lot more.
yeah.
And like, if you've never been on Lake Michigan, like you will understand why. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, it's I mean it's a big enough body of water that it's like an ocean.
Yeah.
Um I guess World War II pilots though, those planes were a lot more sensitive to the wind and all that, where these jet planes are a little bit more resilient. I mean, I know obviously that stuff takes into account for their speed and whatnot, but they're at like a whole nother level now where you don't really need to train like it wouldn't I don't think it would make a difference training over Lake Michigan than training, you know, in the Nevada desert. Because they're so much
Yeah.
higher too, aren't they?
What, the regular boats?
No, I was just talking about
Oh, the aircraft carriers.
or just fighter jets.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter. All right, man. I think I'm burnt.